Miss Marcella Arguello.
I'm having a fucking blast here in Toronto, and we went to see Kendrick last night. That was amazing, yeah. Because I fucking hate Drake. It's the only reason I went. Kendrick and I are both from California. I love Kendrick. I love hip hop. I love mainstream. I love underground. But when Kendrick announced he was going to be in Toronto Father's Day weekend to dance on Drake's grave, I said, I have to be there. And the Kendrick show last night was amazing because we had the best seats in the house. Because the worst seats were the people who were sitting behind me. I'm tall. And I was wearing this big goofy hat, so I was really that bitch, that annoying bitch. But the best thing about being big as fuck, nobody says shit to you. People are like, meow. Because I can hit you from wherever I'm standing. So watch your mouth. But yeah, so we had a fucking blast last night. I loved it. I will say, was anyone there last night? Did you guys say you were there last night? Yeah, you were there last night. So fun, right? But weren't you waiting for him to do like a call and response about Drake? That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for him to be like, and everybody say, Drake's a bitch, Drake's a bitch, right? That's what I was waiting for. All right, let's do it here tonight. Everybody say, Drake's a bitch.
Drake's a bitch.
Drake's a bitch.
Drake's a bitch.
Wow, Toronto. I hate him, but he is right about this city. This is a great city, so I got to give him that. I'll give him that credit. And here's the thing. I've hated Drake since the fall of 2011. Which, yeah, that's shocking for some people to hear. I've been waiting a long fucking time, okay? And it's been hard because as much as I hate him, I love music, I love going out dancing. I can admit that he had bangers. He had years of bangers. And it was frustrating as someone who likes to go dancing, okay? Because I was in the club mad as fuck when those jams came on. And it was easy when it was like his song. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go get a drink, right? But it was like when Rihanna did that fucking song, I was like, bitch, I'll be in the club. Oh, why she got to do this song with him? It's so good, right? Bad Bunny had that one song, Dile que tú eres mía, mía. I was like, bilingual, pissed off. Ay, Dios mío, por Dios. I was so mad. But yeah, when Not Like Us came out, I was so pumped, right? I mean, what a great song. First of all, doesn't that sound like Jaws for pedophiles? Oh no, they're coming for me! That's my favorite part of that song. But the Super Bowl halftime performance, did you guys watch the Super Bowl halftime? By round of applause, who watched the Super Bowl halftime performance? It was a great show. And we didn't know if he was going to play Not Like Us, right? For those that don't know, I mean, I feel like you guys all know, but for anyone who's been living under a rock, Kendrick Lamar, Drake had a rap beef that ended with, Kendrick calling Drake a pedophile on a hit song, right? And at the Super Bowl halftime show, we didn't know if he was going to play the song. We hoped. But we didn't know if he could legally do that, right? You get one or two lawsuits involved, you start wondering what's allowed, right? And so when we were watching the Super Bowl halftime show, there was something about, as an American, I haven't been patriotic since I was like a child, right? Like it's tough to be patriotic in these times, and as an American. But there was something about the red, white, and blue motif and my hatred for Drake that just stirred something inside of me. Because I literally, not since I was a kid, was like, I pledge allegiance to being brainwashed by the United States of America. I'm so far removed from that time, but I got so patriotic. Like, when he got the entire stadium to call him a pedophile, I was sitting there just like and eating my snacks, and I couldn't, like, I heard, because he did that move when he like looked at the camera, letting us know it was coming. He was like, say Drake, but really he was like, everybody, you ready? Everybody get the kids get in the living room. We're all gonna sing along. This is a sing along portion, right? He did that. Say Drake. Right? I was like, oh shit, it's coming. Oh my God, it's gonna happen, right? And he did. He got the whole stadium to yell A minor. And I just suddenly became patriotic, right? He was like, A minor. And I was like, and I'll gladly stand up. A minor. And I'm proud to be an American. For at least I know Drake ain't free. It was amazing. I loved it. I should say, the last time I was patriotic, I do know the last time I was patriotic, I was 19 years old. My sister was studying abroad in France, and I went to go visit her, because once in a lifetime kind of situation, so I went to go visit her. We went out dancing, and we were having a blast, but in the middle of going out dancing, not in the middle, like early in the evening, this guy goes up to my sister, he asks her to dance, and my sister says no. And whatever, move on. But this guy like keeps coming back like every half hour because he wouldn't. Bill Cosby of Paris, France, would not take no for an answer. Just would not take no for an answer. So he kept coming back. And as time progressed, my sister got drunker and drunker and drunker. And I didn't drink at the time. I was completely sober. So I was really aware of what was going on. He was coming up to her every half hour. And she kept saying, no, no, thank you, no, no, thank you, to the same guy. And then eventually she got so drunk, she lost her patience, right? She lost her cool. Like, that happens. So finally the guy, can I dance with you? You know, she was like, no, you know what? Fuck you. And the guy was like, fuck me? Fuck me? Fuck you. And he slapped my sister in the face. Yeah, it was fucking crazy. And my sister's drunk and he hit her hard. So my brain was like, oh my God, she's gonna fall over. I'm gonna have to like catch her. But my sister's always been to yoga before it was cool. Remember, she's a healthy, annoying bitch. I'm telling you. So even though she was shit-faced, and even though he hit her really hard, she did this like slow motion matrix move, just completely maintained her balance, was not affected by him hitting her. In fact, I think I kind of sobered her up. But as she's doing that move, the guy takes off, right? And I go after him because I'm Latina and that's what you do, right? So I catch up to him, I clock him in the nose. At that point, my sister's already caught up, right? And she's like a fucking spider monkey, just He's attacking the dude's face. But as we established earlier, the man is a sociopath. So he's hitting my sister back. She has an eyebrow piercing. It gets ripped out. Yeah, it was pretty gross. There's blood everywhere. It was awful. And it kind of turned into a big brawl to the point where the DJ cuts the music. He gets on the mic. He's like, I don't know what the fuck he said. I don't speak French, okay? I just knew that the security came. They separated all of us. They kicked the guy out. They patched my sister up. And then they were just like, what do you want to do, you know? And my sister was like, well, we're going to keep dancing because we're Latina. And that's what you do, right? A fight is not going to stop us, okay? So we get back on the dance floor. We're having a great time. And these really tall, attractive German guys came over and they were like, hey, ladies, you know. And we you know, we had those, those voices you use when you want a free drink. We were talking to them like that. We were like, hey, you know. Oh my God. So we were young, right? I don't think my voice can naturally do that anymore. I'm like, yeah, what do you want? And they were like, hey, you American girls, huh? And we were like, what? How did you know that? Right, the voice dropped, what do you mean? And he was like, only American girls hit man in face. And I was like, is that a stereotype? That's sick as fuck. And then I was like, yeah, we can dance. USA, USA, USA. Yeah. So that was the last time I was patriotic. Thank you. Appreciate that, thank you. But yeah, I'm literally going to talk about hating Drake this whole time because did you say why?
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Because he fucking sucks? Of course the man with his feet on the stage was like, I need to ask why. Oh, the privilege oozing from your stupid ass. And I've hated him since the fall of 2011. Do you understand how long that is for me to wait and be patient? And Kendrick fucking did it and I was so happy. And you know, Drake is fine. He's gonna work for a long time. Like he's still popular with the fuck boys. Do you know what I mean? Like they're gonna why? You know, they're always gonna love him. When you're dumb, you're dumb. You can't change that. So 2 things. The problem with the Super Bowl halftime performance show is that after the Super Bowl halftime performance, a lot of white people went online and they wanted to complain about, like, they couldn't understand Kendrick. They're like, we couldn't understand a word he was saying. What was he saying? Right? They're all mad. It's like, oh, it's fucking racism. So just the most ignorant shit. And it's also like white people, everything doesn't need to be catered to you, right? Every event, there's plenty of shit we all sit through in mainstream entertainment that we don't enjoy. You just fucking suck it up and move on. It'll be over in 5 minutes. Like right now, there's got to be someone in here that isn't enjoying it. They just want it to be over. 5 minutes are left, you know? There's always someone. Don't let him fill out a comment card. You know what I mean? You can't trust everybody. And it's also like, what the fuck do you need? You really need everything catered to you. What do you need up there for the Super Bowl halftime performance of Kendrick Lamar? You need Taylor Swift up there with him, doing his songs with him. You need Billie Eilish up there doing his songs with him. Say, Drake. I hear you like them young. Better not go to sell block one. It's not what you're made for. What was Drake made for? All right, that was my Billie Eilish impression. Thank you. Okay. So I have 2 more anti-Drake stories for those who maybe need to go to the bathroom or something. Okay, the first one, I don't even know if it's funny. It's just me being a bitch, and I think it's funny. So we went to Vegas a few years ago. It was me, Lydia, my friend Sandy, another friend Rosie, and it was like ladies' weekend, and we were having a fucking blast. We went to see Bill Burr. We went to see Magic Mike live. We are filthy bitches, okay? We had a blast. And then one night, it was like early, you know, because when we went to see Bill Burr, it was an early night, so we were like, let's go dance. Let's go find somewhere to go dancing. We found somewhere to go dancing. So we go to this spot. And when we go in there, I realize the DJ is playing like every other song. Every other song he's playing is fucking Drake, okay? And at first, again, fucking, I'm like, fine, I'll fucking, there's some songs I'll tolerate, you know, there's some songs I'll go to the bathroom. There's a song maybe I'll go get a drink. But at a certain point, I was like, I can't drink this much, fool, you know? So I did the thing that you're not supposed to do, and you should never do this, go up to the DJ to put a request in. It's rude. Don't do that, guys. It's fucking rude. You got to trust the DJ, of course, unless he's playing back-to-back Drake, right? So I went up to him, because all I thought was, like, he's already ruining my night. He's not going to change what he's doing. I'm going to go ahead and ruin our night together. So I go up to him with a smile on my face, and I was like, excuse me, you're killing it. Right, that voice again. You're killing it. And he has a big smile on his face, because men are easy to trick, you know? Thank you. Did you want to hear something? I was like, yeah, I do. He's like, well, what do you want to hear? I was like, can you just stop playing Drake? With my face dropped, my voice dropped, and his face dropped, and his voice dropped, and he was like, and that was it. He didn't acknowledge me. I walked away, and I was like, oh, this is fun. Because I'm a bitch, like I said. So then I walked away, and I stayed on the other side of the room, and I could see over everybody in any venue, right? So we just sit there and meme-mugged each other for the rest of the night as he played back-to-back Drake. And I was just seething, because I was like, he was going to do this any fucking ways, right? And I was like, what a fucking dick-riding bitch. Well, what could you do? And when Not Like Us came out, all I thought about was that fucking whack-ass DJ, and I was like, I hope he remembers me right now. Yeah, see, the story wasn't that funny. I just like it. I just fucking hate Drake so much. Now, I don't want to name who it is. I mean, you guys could probably figure it out. But there's a young Latino comedian that oh, wait, before I tell this story, Katie, did I hit every joke that I wanted to hit?
I have N-word.
I'm not doing that joke. Okay, here's what was funny was, last night at the concert, it was so many white people that you knew the N-word was going to slip. You know what I mean? You guys are uncomfortable, but it's you. And it was funny because DJ Mustard was playing, that's who opened the show, DJ Mustard playing Kendrick's DJ. He was playing a lot of songs with the N-word that was like repeated. And every time he did that, I got up and I was like, this is a test. This is only a test. On some like, hey guys, anybody could record you. Okay, sorry, that was the N-word joke, my bad. I need to not title it that. I need to name it DJ Mustard or some shit. Oh, fuck, sorry for making you yell that. Would it have been funny if she was like, can I just say it? There was also funny because after the concert, there was I think Drake has ruined a lot of generation of men who don't know how to respect women and appreciate women. And so last night at the Kendrick show, there was a lot of young men there that I feel like they want to move on from that, and they're like looking to Kendrick, which God bless Kendrick for doing that. But there was these two dudes that were like, did you have fun? Yeah, I had fun. They were like, we just happened to be within earshot of them. And one of them goes, I liked that concert. There was a lot of girls. Which I was like, yes, a former Drake fan. They just don't understand that women should be near them in public. It's okay. All right, didn't work. Wait, what did I have one more story about Drake? Okay. So there was this comedian, this story is funny. So there was a comedian. What'd you say? Did you say finally? You haven't been drinking, that's why the story didn't work. Your fault, not mine. Put it on TikTok. No. So there's this young comedian, I'm not gonna use his name, you probably figure it out. But there's this young Latino comedian who went viral in the last few years. But when I knew him, he was not viral. He was just a young Mexican kid and who was really funny. And so when he had 10,000 followers, we had met at my HBO Max taping. Bitch Grow Up, have you guys seen it? Who has access to HBO Max? Nobody. Oh, interesting. What?
We don't have it in Canada.
Yeah, I know. That's why I asked you a question. And the room was silent because you don't have it. Okay, so we met at my HBO Max taping in this kid. And so we're great friends, right? And again, he wasn't viral. And he asks me to open for him at the Hollywood Improv. And I was like, absolutely, right? I'll do him a favor, right? This nobody-ass kid. And then he went viral. He went so fucking viral that one show turned into 10 more shows for that weekend, right? It was crazy. It was beautiful. It was cool to watch. It's also cool to watch when you've been doing comedy so long, watching young comics like get this fucking explosion. It's dope, right? But the other thing is, they don't know what their audience is when they go viral like that, because like a lot of people they grow over time, and that's what's interesting about social media. You can pop, and then you're like, I guess you guys are my fans, right? and that's what happened. He didn't know like what his fans were going to be, so that very first show was like his super viral fans, and then the ones after that were added was just kind of a mixture over time. But that first show, it was like sold out so quick because that was his, right when he got viral, that show like sold out almost instantly once they put up the tickets, right? And he was stunned. He was like, I didn't even know that was possible, right? That's how unviral he was before the show was up. And I was excited. It was the only show I did of all those shows because it was the only one I was available for because that was the one I agreed to, right? So when I went there, he again, young Mexican kid, and he was trying to figure out who his audience was. So this first audience was his first viral audience. We get there, I realize the Hollywood Improv, it's like 200 seats, so double this size. And tighter, like, you guys would all be like butt cheek to butt cheek, right? Because it's so tight. And it's like a historic venue, so people love going there, right? So I walk in the showroom and I realize it's 200 young Latino men, right? Like 18 to 22-year-olds. That's not a comedy show, guys. That's a rally, okay? And I'm sitting in the back, like, what the fuck am I gonna do to entertain these kids? Because that's the thing, you guys don't know. When comics, we sit in the back, we judge you guys. okay? You guys think that we don't know each other or some dumb shit, but we do. And it was really funny because I was sitting in the back, like trying to gather information, but I'm like, what the fuck how am I gonna make young men laugh? Like, young men are so stupid, like they don't even like talking to ugly women. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't think they're people. That's how stupid they are when they're that young. And so I was like, oh, they're for sure not gonna understand what's going on here, right? I have no butt, they're just like, what is this, you know? And so I was sitting in the back, like, assessing the audience, and I was like, I'm gonna bomb. Like, there's no way. Like, these are pandemic teenagers that are now 20 years old. And I was like, oh, they don't even know how to be at a comedy show, right? Like, you guys know, date night, right? Date night, right? These young dudes were just like butt cheek to butt cheek, like uncomfortable with their homeboys. Like, they don't even like sitting next to each other at the movie theater, you know what I mean? And we gotta leave one space in between us because we're stupid, you know? So now they're at the Hollywood Impact like sardines, and they were uncomfortable. I was on the earlier side of the night, and I was sitting in the back like, I'm gonna bomb. They're not gonna like anything I talk about, you know? Like, I can't talk about feminism, I can't talk about politics, I'm not gonna talk about dating, I can't shit on men. I was like, I'm gonna bomb. And then I was like, I'm gonna bomb. Oh, I'm gonna bomb hard. Like, I became a sicko as I realized that I was like, you know, you accept your fate sometimes. You know when you're just like, I'm gonna have a bad day, and then the day's not as bad, you know? So that's what I did. And I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I was like, I'm gonna end with my Drake impression. Because I bet these 18 to 23-year-old young Latino men are all Drake fans. I was like, I bet you anything. So I went up there, bombed, right? Bomb. No joke worked. I didn't care. I had a little pep to my step, and they had no idea why. I was like, here it comes. So then I start my little impression chunk, because I do a bunch of impressions, right? And then I did the Beyonce. They hated it, right? And so I was like, I'll do the impression, I'll do the joke as I've written it. I don't really do it anymore, but for the sake of the story, it's a fun little, okay, so I go, oh, you guys remember that old Chili's jingle? They didn't, they're 18, right? I was like, you guys remember? I was like an 80s comedian, ladies, there's none, you know? You guys remember the 1990s? They're like, no. Like, I was really like leaning into like disconnect, you know? It was fun. There's something wrong with me. Okay. So I go, you guys remember that little Chili's jingle? They were quiet. And I was like, I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, Chili's, baby back, ribs, barbecue sauce. I wish a hip-hop producer would sample it, slow it down, you know, just, I want my baby back. I want my baby back. And the beat drops and Drake raps over it, because that's the kind of love sick shit he likes. I want my baby back, like when he used to take it to Chili's. She gave me that TLC, man, I called it chili. But she cold-blooded, man, she let me chili. So now we at Chili's eating chili, cause I'm chili. He sucks at rapping. What I'm trying to say. More of an MF Doom gal myself. They hated it. They did not react like that. Thank you for that response. They did not react like that. They booed me. They went, boo, right, and I was like, oh, are you guys all Drake fans? And they were like, yeah, we love him, we hate you. Like, they were really into it. You suck. And I was like, oh, you guys are Drake fans. That's why you have no bitches. And that's that story. All right, my name is Marcella Arguello. That's been my time. Thank you guys for coming out. I do have merch for sale. Come see me at the merch table, take a picture, say what's up. Cash only, because I don't understand none of this shit. All right, you guys, have a good night. Peace.